Some Path of Exile players want to do this, while others want to build that can do this. But the only thing that stands in the way for most people is currency, which is why every league I release a series of videos to show different Atlas strategies and help you make more currency. So welcome to 7 days, 7 farms, Crucible edition. Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh or Milky, and it is day 3 of the 7 days, 7 farms series. And in today's video, we are playing some Delhi Legion in Dunes. Now you may be thinking, seen it all before, Milky, but I thought I'd add in a little bit of Milky spice, and we've got some ritual in there. I'm very surprised. It is currently extremely cheap to guarantee ritual on your map and improve it with the reroll sextant. But I had a really good time playing this, and the results were quite good. So let's get into it. So you're probably getting familiar with the format now. Let's talk about the tree. And why did I choose to run Legion, Delirium, and Ritual? Why does Ritual fit into this? Well, I'll tell you why. Legion and Ritual interact in a fairly unique way. If you pop a Legion before a Ritual and you kill the monsters, if the monsters spawned within the radius of the Ritual, they are counted towards it, so you will get the tribute from them. This is a mechanic that dates back to Ultimatum League and Scourge League when I was farming Ritual much more consistently. Legion's a nice way to juice up the tribute. There are other mechanics that can do this. Strongboxes are a good example. If you spawn strongbox mobs within a Ritual, they get absorbed and you get more tribute. But the nature of this strategy is essentially to do any Ritual without a Legion near it, and if there is a Legion, do it first, then do the Ritual, run to the boss, kill the boss, and aim to get at least 7 reward tiles worth of Delirium, because you'll get 6, and then this will push you up to the 7 imagined pursuit. And this means you get tons of Delirium orbs, because 7's a nice little sweet spot. What else did we go for? Well, we went for red altars. It's no news to anyone if you've been following any kind of PoE news that awakened sextants are ridiculously expensive right now, making red altars really strong and an obvious include. We also blocked nearly everything except for the Legion, because we can guarantee 1 Legion with a cut Scarab, but then we want that chance for the natural Legion. So all of our chance for any mechanic is into Legion. We can block Delirium because we're guaranteeing it with the compass. We can block Ritual because we're guaranteeing it with the compass, and nothing else matters to us. So that's the tree. This will be linked as usual in the description. But then the final little bit of spice we've got added on in the end is this little sulfite node, right? Packed with energy. People might know about this. I know Grim recommends this in some of his max roll guides. You gain additional max resistances when you click your sulfite veins. You also gain damage. You gain movement speed. This is just a really nice thing to include in your map. It costs 2 points and 0.7 C per map for the sulfite Scarab. It doesn't really give you much loot, but it just makes the maps much faster and feel much better. You're going to be a lot tanky, you're going to be a lot faster. Now, as for the strategy itself, just so you can see it, again, this will be linked if you need it. Dunes was the map of choice, just really nice for those Legions, not breaking any new ground there. Polished Legion Scarab, I don't care about these generals. They're just super annoying, they take longer. No one, splinters are pretty low. That's not what we're killing the Legions for. We want incubators, we want raw currency, we want stacked decks. That's what we're looking for from the Legions. Forget your emblems. Polished cartographers, maps are really expensive this league. I don't know why, about 4-5C each for any T16. So cartographers really easy put on, and of course sulfite, as we just spoke about. There's not really any nice juicing mechanics on Kirak, so we're just going with the increased quantity. And then for compasses, we have Mirror of Delirium, Ritual Altars, Reroll Ritual Altars, and just any mobs. You can actually buy these elevated mob sextants for 5C each. That's 16 maps worth of mobs for 5C. And then red influence, as I said, them awakened sextants are really good right now. Now, alternatively, some people have been asking, you know, can I do this? Can I do that? This is just the way I chose to run it. If you wanted to cut the investment of the Mirror of Delirium, you absolutely could. You could drop this compass. You could pick up these nodes here, and you would just go with the natural chance to spawn Delirium. Obviously, you'd have to unblock Delirium here, but this is just one way of doing it. This strategy and this combination of mechanics is more what I want to emphasize rather than the way I decided to farm it. So this combination works really well. Yo guys, this is Milky from the past. We're just going to do a quick map warp through. I'm going to get this done now so I can have all the loot ready, but I wanted to show you a map, and these were my last sextants. So we're going to do a quick map walkthrough to show you exactly how I go about clearing these, how you use a ritual. Let's get into it. I'm sorry if it's a bit laggy. I've been streaming for a while. My PC tends to get a bit slower the longer I have PoE open. I did restart just before this though, so hopefully it's fine. We've got, obviously you want to click your altars as often as possible. Now the thing with this is, Dunes isn't the best Delirium map in the world. Now it's not the worst by any means, but you want to stop the Delirium with these rituals. If there's not a Legion nearby, do the ritual. Now, if there is a Legion nearby, you really want to click it, because Legion interacts with Ritual, at least to my knowledge, in an interesting way, and that's if you do the Legion, then kill the mobs, the Ritual will actually absorb their mods. The Legion mobs are considered inside the Ritual before you open it, so you actually get more tribute if you do the Legions that touch your Rituals before you actually do the Ritual. So remember that. But if they're not touching, get them done nice and early. Start pausing your Delirium fog, and then we're just going to clear it. You clear it absolutely normally. Nothing crazy going on. Obviously, you want to click your Voltaxic Sulfites. And here, we have a Ritual right here, and this Legion is going to spawn mobs inside that Ritual. You'll see here. They'll pop up right here. You see them all? They're going to get absorbed by the Ritual and give us more tribute. We have the same thing going over here with this combo, which we'll get onto. I'm sure the bitrate looks absolutely delicious for you guys as I'm popping all these Legions out now. Legions can be a bit annoying sometimes. You can leave a mob here or there. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then you're going to obviously kill all the mobs. My build's quite good at this. This build, Legion quite often. Everyone knows you kind of want a Legion clearing build. It's quite a specific mechanic where you want a build that's got a big AoE or big change from like lightning arrow or spark or big explosion, so you can chain all the mobs and pop it as quickly as possible. If it takes you a little longer, don't worry about it, because I miss mobs all the time and it takes me just as long to crack them open even with this build. Let's keep on going through. Again, pop the Legion before the Ritual if it's touching. Clear it all out. We'll try to click these chests as we go. Now, if you're on a spellcaster build, you're going to be able to open these chests as you run past them if you've got the Mastery, which is a really nice touch for Legion if you have that available to you. I personally don't, because I'm an attack build that triggers a spell and that doesn't work. But if you have that available to you, it's a really nice little touch to get those chests open. You don't have to use a click. Any click you can save is good in my book. And then now we've done the Legion, straight into the Ritual. And you'll see Legion, it drops a ton of loot. It drops a ton of small stuff. Good God, what is going on here? Yeah, this, as you can see, or you probably can't see at this point, I might have blinded you. It gets a bit laggy. So, tons of loot. It's kind of reminiscent of NEM 3 sometimes. Just so many things to click. So if you're not a big fan of clicking a lot, this might not be the thing for you. You got to click all these chests. Make sure you're picking them up. You're probably going to want a good filter for this. You want to filter out all the horrible incubators. Maybe the small currencies. Like maybe, should I have Orb of Regret showing? I don't know. I'm not going to pick any of these up. But you can obviously want to filter fractured items, at least for the bases. I don't think I only have wands, rings, and bows showing for my own. We got a good ring actually in the farm. I'll show you that later. Got one good fractured item. Spoilers though. Alright, let's get this last bit of loot. So you can see the map. The map's pretty long, but we've done all the Legions. We've done the Rituals. We get a Gloom Shrine at the end. It's so typical, right? And then we come to the end, and our Delirium has lasted this entire time. So you'll see we're at 6 rewards. Perfect, we're going to kill this guy. And the node is going to bump us up to 7, you can see there. So we'll go ahead, we can end that, and start shopping. So what we got? Now in here, there are 3 rules to Ritual. I've done Ritual a lot in the past, and this has not changed. Rule number 1 is that you want to use all of your refreshers. This is really important, because the amount of pages you see, it's more chances at that insane loot, right? You want to make sure you see every page. Don't get distracted by these 1 or 2 C items. It's all good. You're not going to miss out on anything. You want to see the pages because you get to the great stuff more often. So this, I mean, maybe some of these items like chisels, stuff like that, they're nice. Skip them. Trust me. Skip the like little stuff. +2 fractured lightning. It's on a pretty bad base though, maybe. 10 chaos. Yeah, I'm not buying that. So again, we have 2. That's not very good. We have 3, sorry, rerolls remaining. So there's 1. Anything good? Jewelry, remnant, scours. Nothing good here. And an influence map. That's pretty nice. As it is 2.25C to have this on my map, and I get 13C just for this map, which is great. And then obviously this is the tip of the iceberg. You're going to get a ton of cool stuff like we did during the farm if you're doing Ritual. But yeah, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. The big thing is doing those Legions before the Rituals to get more tribute so you can do more things. But anyway, I'll let future me take it away from here. Okay, welcome back to the present. We're going to go quickly over the loot in tab form. I know that some people like to see it that way rather than the spreadsheet. So first tab, we have a ton of maps. We have a ton of Chaos Orbs, stack decks, incubators that I couldn't farm, tons of Delirium Orbs, Scarabs, emblems, div cards, Eldritch currency, just so much stuff drops from this. It's and then tons of small stuff, and then things I didn't include, and then we'll come into this tab, which is kind of the big stuff. We have some influence maps. We have obviously invitations, some nice div cards. We got these from Ritual, Broken Promises, a nice 2 implicit synthesized diamond ring. Let's open that together. Let's see what we get. Eh? There we go. I mean, it could have been power charge, let's be honest. But we won't let that cut into the cost. You don't have to open your div cards for videos like I do. We got a Deadly Joy, The Artist, Brother's Stash. This could have been a brother's gift, but you know, it is what it is. Academic. And then I did get extremely lucky with the Ritual, and I got these 2 Fiend cards, Headhunter. These are not included in any calculation for the returns I got from this strategy. This is pure chance, pure luck, and I will not be including this. Do not worry, but of course I will show it. Great things do exist within Ritual. You can get them, but I would be absolutely rubbish at what I'm doing if I included this in the calculation. But I just thought I'd show it because, you know, it made me happy when I got it. Then we got 7 divines naturally from drops. Legion does drop a lot of currency. Incubators too. And we got 5 divine orbs out of the Ritual pages. And then we dropped a nice Einhorn memory here. And then these like 20C cluster jewels, some like 20C uniques, a void battery about 50C, a 6-link thicket bow, again about 50C. This one is actually worth a decent amount with fractured chaos resistance as an item level 85 amethyst ring. Could probably get a few divine for that, so that's nice. And then just miscellaneous junk here. So we'll go and we will look at this in spreadsheet form to get a better understanding of the numbers, but I hope that gives you a good idea of how much stuff you can get from this. So here we are in the trusty spreadsheet. Legion, Delirium, Ritual, Red is what I've called this one. We paid 30C each for the Delirium compasses, 4C each for the Ritual, 5C for the reroll compass. This means that we're paying 2.25C per map to have Ritual on and to be able to reroll that additional time. Amazing. 5C each for 6 16-use monster sextants. Brilliant. Polished Legion, Polished Cartos, Rusted Sulfite, 4C, 2C, and 0.7C respectively, which made a total investment of 1,675 Chaos Orbs, or a per map cost of 16.75. So we've cut the cost from yesterday, but how did we do in return? Well, excellence. The picture linked right here shows a tab of 55.86 divines. That is those tabs that I showed you previously. The maps that aren't shown in excellence, but a very important part of this, accumulate to 4.4 divines. Miscellaneous loot, the stuff that I showed you, the rings, the synthesized stuff. I made a very conservative estimate that it would be roughly 3.9 divines. You saw that Chaos Res ring was 3 divines. I could easily get a divine for the remainder of the stuff. We had that 6-link thicket bow, the void battery. I think we can safely say 3.9 is an underestimate. And then the influence map was 1.5 divines. Again, no Fiend is included in here. You'll see here the most expensive thing in this tab that says 55.86 divines is the divine orb, not the Fiend cards. I'm not including it. Okay? For all those people that think I'm padding. Okay, so we invested 9.31 divines and returned 65.7, making a total profit over 10 hours of 56.39 divines. I haven't actually changed the time in here from yesterday's calculation, which means a divines per hour of 5.64, but we don't care about that. Nobody cares about that. What was the profit per map? And the profit per map was 0.56 divines per map, which for me, that's really good. You're making more than half a divine per map on a pretty low investment strategy of only 16C per map. I think that's really good. Obviously, the maps took a bit longer. This is actually the longest of all the strategies I've done so far. It took me 10 hours to do 100 maps, but you do have that chance to get those big drops. Let's say, for sake, we'd have gone up to 0.76 per map. So, you know, there's stuff in Ritual. You could get it. I'm not going to throw it in there, but you could get good stuff in Ritual. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this maybe gave you a different view of a lesser done mechanic. I'm going to explore more with Ritual this league, maybe do some Bloodfield vessel farming. But for tomorrow, we've got a bit of a different farm. The meta is really weird right now, and I'm going to see if I can make a farm that takes advantage of what is hot right now. And we'll see if it goes well. I'll see you there.